Hello, my name is Coach Javon, and I'm going to be going over how to register your junior for a USTA sanctioned tournament. Now, this is for 2024 going into 2025. Maybe the website layout may have changed by the time you're looking at this video, but it's just meant to be a general tutorial for anyone who's interested, but mostly for the parents of some of the players who are registered in our junior clinics and are looking to go and play tournaments. Um, so first thing you want to do is you want to go to Google. You can, if you're using Google Chrome, you can type in the search bar, or you can type in the address bar as well. But you just go in and you type in USTA Junior Tournaments. I already got it there. Pull it up, and what you're going to want to do is you can click on the first link. As you can see, I clicked on the second link because it gives me that the website for tournaments automatically, and this goes into a little bit more information on what it is that you're looking for. But so we're going to click on the second link. All right, so you're going to get to this page, and this is a tournament page. You can see it up here, USTA playtennis.usda.com/tournaments. You can make a bookmark of that, or you make a note of that, and you can just go directly to the page next time. You're going to want to sign in here. If you don't have a USTA junior membership for your child, you want to create one there. Just keep in mind you may want to use a different email if you have in USTA membership as a parent. You want to use a different email for the juniors. Okay, so here we are in the tournaments. You can see the section here. What you're going to want to do is go down to the search section, take a look at it, make sure that this is your location. If it's not, just type in your zip code. Sometimes you'll get this notification from Google that asks you for your location. You can allow that. If you don't want to allow it, you can just simply go to the location and type in your zip code. The date section here, you can click on your date. Category, you can go for junior 18 and under. That'll just automatically get you going there. The other thing you can do is you can go to the filter section, the sidebar, and this one is the one that I actually recommend more than hitting this and then hitting search, which will populate junior tournaments. I prefer to go to this section here, and once you do that, so we're already on juniors, let's say you didn't do that, let's go back to search here, and you can just go down and you can see, oh, there we go, the levels. You look for a level tournament, maybe you look for a level 7, you go make sure it says junior. But if you want to avoid all of the options in the level menu here, you just need to go originally, click on juniors, pick a date, pick your section, hit search, and then it'll filter out all the adult tournaments so you don't make a mistake and tick the wrong one. All right, so information here is distance. You're going to want to put the distance that you're willing to travel. For if you're playing the Mid-Atlantic section, I suggest you don't change this because you're going to want to travel. There's a lot of tournaments that may not be happening at a certain time of the year. So you may want to just leave it there at 100 miles and you can select from there. Just going down, registration open. You don't really have to worry about this section too much. But if you did want, once you get more familiar with the tournaments and how you want to search for them, you can definitely select whether it's, the in progress and completed, probably something you really don't need to do. You probably can have the tournament ID and search it. But whether it's an open or closed registration. Best thing to do is just go ahead and tick the open registration. That way you don't get any tournaments that have closed on the day of you searching. Because remember, registration is closed at a certain time. And so you can just go down here and then you pick the level. Now for levels, for the kids who are playing tournaments for the first time, if you're watching this video, more than likely you're unfamiliar with the process, so you're probably going to be playing the lowest levels here, entry level, and it goes from 7 to 1. Level 7 being entry level, as I said, level 1 being the highest level junior tournament. Now, just to get an explanation of this, I did open up a page here that explains the tournaments at a level. Now let's go from reverse. So level 7 would be, well, we can start with junior circuit. It's advanced beginner to intermediate, playing level, minimal previous competition experience, just starting and or pass recreationally. So this is a great place to start the junior circuit because the idea behind this would be to transition kids into competition rather than having them go out and play the sevens. Me personally, I'm a little unfamiliar with the junior circuit process, so I always stick to a level 7 to start there so you can start gaining your national ranking points. I believe you do get national ranking points in junior circuit as well. But it's again, I would suggest maybe you starting with that level 7 if you're just entering in. And as you can see, intermediate tennis players, competition experience, new to ranked tournaments, and plays recreationally. So similar to, so it's a, they say intermediate, but it's pretty much beginner. I think the highest will be intermediate. Obviously, the players who've been playing for a little while play level 7s. Little bit of a caveat to this level 7. There are, because there are limited number of tournaments, sometimes you have higher level players who will be playing in the level 7, but the tournament director is required to select from the bottom up. So an unranked player will be selected first onto the ranked player, and then if a high ranking player does enter into the tournament, that person will only be selected for that tournament if there is no one waiting and no one on the wait list and no one else to fill those slots. So they normally select from the lowest ranked player to the top. So they select for the tournament. Okay, so and level 6 will be intermediate competition, and now you can start to see the rankings listed for recommended. Now that's a 4,000 plus player, so you're probably going to be getting players who have had some tournament experience before when you get to the level 6 and are working on their national ranking. Once you get to the level 5, this is called advanced tennis competition. Again, this is when anyone sign up for level 5 know what they're getting into. You're talking about a 4,000 level player. Most likely those players have been playing tournaments for a while to be selected for this tournament, because at the level 5, the tournament director selects from the top down, so the highest level player to the lowest level. So if you're not played any tournaments before, you go and sign up for a level 5, you probably aren't going to get in because the director needs to sign up all the highest ranked players first. If you are lucky enough to get in as a unfamiliar player who haven't played in tournaments before, then you're lucky. But again, the competition is going to be extremely stiff and very, very difficult. So you may want to double check that and talk with your coach. Level 4 is advanced, and you got your 2000s in the nation and up. Then you have your level 3s and so on. It just continues. And you can see here the goals. I like what USTA puts here, the goals of either professional college level tennis, and that's rank 1,000 in the nation. So very tough. And then as you get to level 2s, now you're talking about players who have a clear pathway of what they're trying to get, and they're on that process. And if you're qualifying for a level 2 tournament, then you probably already have some idea on which teams you exactly want to play for. So think upper division tournaments, division tennis teams. And then when you get to the level 1, now you're talking about elite, top of the nation, top 400 players. You're probably already in conversation with some coaches, so for that varsity tennis, and you're fighting for that spot. Now it does take some time to get to be able to qualify for these upper level tournaments. I call these upper level tournaments. Level 4 and up to me is an upper level tournament because you gain the most points from them. You have the toughest competition. That's the sort of bridge that divides the 3s and ups and the 5s. So you can still be, not necessarily looking to play college tennis and still playing in level 5, but that competition, generally the people who are vying for that level 3 are going to be getting points in the level 4 and level 5s as well. So you're going to run into that. So that's a brief description of it. Hopefully that makes sense. But going back to the tournament, once you go ahead and select the level that you the level that you want to play at, you can select it. Let's just select level 6 for sake of looking it up right now. All right, so the nearest one is going to show, and you'll see the name of the tournament right here. You click on that blue link, it'll take you to the tournament page, but you can click anywhere on this block and it'll take you to the page. But this is the title of the tournament, and then it'll have the address. It'll have the date of the tournament, and then it'll have junior. Make sure this is here. You don't want to sign up for an adult tournament. And it'll say events are for boys and girls. Some tournaments are just boys, some tournaments are just girls. So you want to make sure it says both if you have multiple kids, or if you're boy, obviously, there. And you can also pull this pull down menu, and you can see which age divisions. These are called events. Each age division is an event. So you got 12U, You got 14U, 16U, 18U. It looks like they're doing all age divisions for all both boys and girls. Okay, and then when you and this also says there's important information to see if the registration is still open. Now we did make sure we tick the box of registration open here, so that should be good to go. We're good on that. Now we want to know what tournament we want to play. We want to click on it, find out more information. Let's see what this is about. All right, it's an L6. It's boys 12 to 18. It's outdoor. It's college format. I'm sure they're going to explain what that means. Hosted by David Lemaire Tennis at Jefferson District Park. The address again here, the tournament ID, you may need that later. You may want to jot that down, take a screenshot or something. The cost of the tournament to register for each event. So that's what you want to make note of that. Registration opens on December 1st. Oh, sorry, registration closes on December 1st. This is just letting you know registration open. Generally, the registration closes the Sunday or the Monday before the start of the event, depending on the tournament. For L6s, is normally the Monday. You can see here it closes at 5:59 p.m. Okay, and all right, following down here, this is called the tournament page. So once you're on the tournament page, you can see that there's an overview section that lets you know what the event is, important information. Read through all of this. Trust me, read through it 3 times if you need to. It's not a ton of information, but it's definitely something you need to read through. The tournament director really spends a lot of time with this stuff to make sure that all the information that they need to get out to parents are there. So just take a quick minute to read over it. Here we have what's college format. He explains that. Important sportsmanship reminders. Got to read this. You have to sign. So you must sign this commitment here. And this is the Mid-Atlantic Aces Pledge. It's just you're pledging as parents and spectators and players to abide by the USTA rules and sportsmanship regulations. So it is required. You're probably gonna have to bring that to the desk, and it says here digital metal tag bag if you get it, once you get it, and then you have to bring it to the check-in and you'll get your digital medallion. Okay, more information here. Just read through it. Important stuff. Normally the important stuff is going to be up top. Draws and match format. This is important as well. How are they playing the matches? What is the format? Each event will be limited to 12 players. 3 teams, so it looks like it's going to be 12-player draws. 3 teams per 3 teams of 4. So you're going to be divided into 4 flights per event. So for example, we know what event is. Event is boys. For example, boys 12s. They're going to have 3 different teams of boys 12 with 4 players in each event, and they're going to be playing that. And then the teams will use college format. The final numbers of breakdown of teams will be determined by registrants with 3 teams of 4. And I'm assuming they're doing the fast 4 college format. That's probably what they mean by that, but it could be different now. Each player will be scheduled for 2 singles and 2 doubles. So you're going to be playing singles and doubles. This is a great tournament for points. You can get your singles points, you can get your doubles points, and it's a kind of a fun event. Seems like. So actually, I'm sorry. It is a 6-game superset, and that makes sense. And that's a tiebreak at 6 games all, no add scoring. And I'm assuming, I'm not sure if you play the let. College formats, they go back and forth with this, but playing the let may be required. You have to double check with the address. I don't see it here, which means more than likely they're taking that out. I'm not sure. Just going down the line, give you information on WTN, how that works. Very important to get familiar with the World Tennis Number, created by the International Tennis Federation, which is the ITF, which was adopted by the USTA. I believe it was in 2018, 2019, somewhere along there, maybe a little later. But it's just like, if you're familiar with UTR, Universal Tennis Rating, it's similar to that, where you get a rating based on how you're performing throughout the year. And they base it on a rating system of how many matches you're playing, how well you did in those matches, what was the score, how often you play. All those things are getting, they spit you out a number, which is a really great feature. It's about time USTA got on that. Happy to see that. Yeah, so just read through the information. Really important to read through the refund policy here. Now, there are times come up where you may have to withdraw from the tournament for whatever reason. And if you tend to, if something comes up, after the draws have been created or after the refund policy, which again, you're going to have to double check that with the tournament director, then you may not be issued a refund. So you just read through this information. Um, they'll tell you more about the deadline, how to withdraw, and all that stuff. So make sure you read through that. Very important. Never know when something comes up. Please be on time. 15 minutes. The general check-in is 15 minutes before the start of the match. So let's say your match is at 8:30. You have to be there at 8:15. You have to be there at 8:15 to check in. Now you won't get penalty points at 8:15 if your match is scheduled at 8:30, but you will get penalty points taken from you anytime after that check-in time. So if you're supposed to be checked in at 8:30 and it's 8:35, 8:40, there are some penalty points in there. I believe there's a default 15 minutes after the scheduled match. So you have to be careful with that. For players who are coming from ACAC, make sure that you arrive there 30 minutes early. You want to going to do 15 minutes of warm up. So use your jump rope, use your swing, your shadow swings, your movement drills, and then check into the desk and then continue to warm up and keep moving. Maybe watch some of the matches that are going on. And then once they call your name, you are ready to go. Now, the reason why they do that is because sometimes your match could go on early if a match it finishes earlier than expected. And this happens all the time in tournaments. It happens all the time. It happens more often than you think because people withdraw, people get injured, people matches are, one-sided. So you have to make sure you're there minimum 15 minutes early. So very important. So liability waiver. Sometimes different clubs will have liability waivers that you need to fill out and turn in. So you may want to check that at the front desk, or if it's at the tournament desk if you're going to a park or a high school. And that's it. So once you get through that section, you've read through all that, you got your events, okay? Your events, again, boys 14s, boys 12s, girls 12s. These are all titled events. So it'll say boys 14 singles is an event. Boys 14s doubles is an event. Girls 14 singles is a different event. Girls 14 doubles is a different event. So this looks like it's a singles tournament. So you can just click on all, or you can click on just boys, and then you can select that and see if the director has created teams yet. I look probably not because it hasn't started. Registration is open. So at the top here, you can see how right here, as you scroll down, you see this little section here. Very important to have that because you may want to switch to your event section from there, and that gives you all of your events. Okay, and back to players. Now, this is important as well. You can see the players who are registered. Let's say you're entering into boys, let's say girls 14s, and you want to check the girls 14s to see who's registered. Very important. You can see the city that they're coming from. You can see their names. A lot of times you played someone before. It's really important that you take a look at those players to see how they're doing. Maybe on their, and this is a great thing that USTA added recently. You can click on their profile and you can see how they're doing based on their WTN. Okay, WTN singles, WTN doubles. 32 playing at high confidence, doubles is low confidence. Last played, you can see when they last played. All this stuff, great information. Very, very important for players and parents to know the draw. When it comes to this, I would say be careful with checking this and obsessing over it. Obviously, some players don't do well with that. Other players do. So you really just have to know your players. I would say speak to your coach to find out, hey, should I be looking at the player register? Should I be looking at the draw ahead of time? This is important information. It depends on the psyche of your player. And so good stuff. If you have any questions, that's pretty much it. I just want to kind of go over briefly. Once you know that you want to register for this event, you'll see a registration ticker here. You just go ahead and click that, register for the event. Once you get into the event, you're good to go. You may get more information or confirmation email from that event. Enter your credit card information when you register it, and you'll get that confirmation. If you have any questions prior to signing up or after or during or anything, you want to scroll all the way down. So you want to go to overview, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to see the contact information of the tournament staff. So here we can see the organizing information. We have the contact information. His tournament director is David, and his email's here, phone number's there. Seems like I would probably think that they don't answer the phone too often, but text, sometimes they have text information here, but it looks like you can contact them. There's no restrictions here, but and then where it is and all that stuff. So that's it. And if you are ever have any questions about how to sign up for these events, you're welcome to contact me via email. You can shoot me an email. My email is javonm@acac.com, and I'm happy to walk you through this stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, drop them in. I'll try to answer. Go ahead and subscribe for more videos. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.